I am back. I had a wonderful Christmas break, in case you were curious. Anyways, you may have noticed that the setting is a little bit different. You're probably thinking, Cammie, are you at a friend's house? No, I did not break into this house either. This is my own house. I moved, and don't worry, you're getting a full tour of my new workspace, the kitchen. I'm video calling this random man. Then we have, I got a new mixy, a plant. The flower and everything, it's right here. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to smack you in the face. We got this. Ignore the mess of the stove. I was making some breakfast for my fam. We got this stuff. Oh, ignore the random tape. We have a finisher guy who's supposed to fix stuff, so. Anyways, there's that. Some bananas, of course. Yes. I know you guys are probably so jealous right now, being like, wow, your kitchen's so cool, bro. Oh, and then we also have a new pantry. Hold on, it has a light. Wow, it's also a mess with lots of paper towels. But that's besides the point. And a laundry room. Wow. It has an automatic light. We put that in. They didn't do that. We did it. Here's a sliding glass door that I can't go out of because there's not a porch. I will fall and break my legs. But yeah. Anyways, back on to the purpose of this video. We're gonna make some Cookie Monster cookies. I believe that's what they're called. You'll probably know what I'm talking about when you see them at the end. You'll be like, oh, right. Anyways, so the first thing you want to do before you even start is preheat your oven to 350 degrees. As you could see by my my kitchen tour, I already had it preheating. That was not the time, that was the preheat. Anyways, we're gonna start with half a cup of butter. So get your butter out and let it, warm up. I decided to skip butter for now so I can let it warm up on the counter to room temperature. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next thing, which is half a cup of brown sugar. Drop that in there. And look at how cute these measuring cups are. We got them yesterday at the dollar store. So freaking cute. So as usual, we do wet ingredients in one bowl and then dry in another. So the next thing on my list would be sugar, but we're gonna go ahead and skip that for a second and go to vanilla extract, which you need 2 teaspoons of that. Hi, this is Cammie from the future. So I never ended up putting in the sugar that I talked about. So please don't forget that, because that would explain why my cookies came out to be kind of not amazing at the end there. So don't forget sugar. I know these ones aren't as fun, but it's still pinkish, reddish, so I mean, I guess it kind of matches. Then we need 2 eggs. Oh, I didn't do that good enough. Some people do it on the side of the bowl. I find it easier to do on the counter, but if you do it on the bowl, it'll probably be more practical. See, I'll show you if you want to do it on the bowl. See, it doesn't make as much as a mess. I just find it to be a little more difficult because you have to hit it super hard, and it also makes a lot of noise. So it does have specific measurements, but I'm just gonna wing it. I'm gonna do like a dot at a time. This is very pigmented, so we're not gonna go crazy, So if you don't know, the Cookie Monster is blue, so it's recommended to do blue. That's hard to say, but you could do any color you want, really. It doesn't matter. It's your own cookies. Do what you want. So here's the thing. I want to use the KitchenAid Mixy. So I'm gonna take everything I just put in that bowl and put it into that. So I went ahead and put on a different attachment because usually with the whisk, it kind of like attracts the batter, I guess, so it sticks to it really bad. So I changed it to this and I adjusted it so it would touch the bottom, but I'll show you how it works if you're curious. So you just basically go to any number you want, but I start at 2. And right now the blue food coloring looks like it isn't doing much because, you know, this is a really dark mix. But once you add flour and stuff, it'll show up. I added my stick of butter, which also equals half a cup. I would recommend melting your butter. And also, this came out green and I'm not quite sure why. So I might have green cookies. I'm gonna add a little bit more blue and see what happens, but I'm just gonna go ahead and add my flour, and if it's a green Cookie Monster, that's fine. I like a green, so it's okay, okay? It's fine. The flour, that was 1 1/3 cup, or sorry, 2 1/3 cup, and then this is 1 3/4 of baking powder. A teaspoon of baking soda. So that means that we're gonna move on to probably the most important part of this entire recipe, which is crushed cookies and chocolate chips. So you need a cup of crushed cookies. I'm gonna use a mix of Oreos and whatever else I can find in my pantry, but you can do whatever you want. And for chocolate chips, I'm doing half a cup of white and half a cup of dark. So I went with Oreos, and there's some Chips Ahoy. I did 3 Oreos and 2 big Chips Ahoy cookies. And that seems to... I'm depressed now. Anyways, that seems to fill up this whole thing. At this point, once you put your cookies and your chocolate chips in, it's a lot easier to just mix it with your hands than to use anything else. Looking, obviously it's not blue. That's quite disappointing, but I already greased up my pan. So once it's like this, you can freeze it and use it for another day, or you could bake it immediately. I'm gonna make it immediately because I want to try them. For the amount of time you cook them, it kind of depends on what you use. So if you use this, so here's 2 different sizes. If you use this big one, you're probably gonna have to do it for like 20 to 22 minutes. And if you use the small one, like I'm going to, you only need to do it for 10 to 12. But I would just like start at 10 and then kind of, you know, check it. Putting them in this heart-shaped baking sheet, and hopefully they'll morph into hearts. I don't know if that's gonna work or not, but we're gonna try it. Let's go ahead and put them in. I decided to go the full 12, but here they are looking so far. Obviously, the heart shape did not work, but they still look better than I thought they would. They've been out of the oven for about a minute now, maybe 2, but I'm gonna let them go another 5 minutes just to make sure that they're not, you know, super hot. Well, it is time to try my cookies. Here it's looking. Obviously it's very brown on the bottom, but it's still really soft, which is nice. I don't really know how I feel about it. It's really good and really soft, but it's also dry at the same time. Very chocolatey. I would probably give it a 7 out of 10. And the reason why is because it's really dry. It didn't come out the color I wanted. I had a whole bunch of problems with the KitchenAid that made it really hard to not only make, but also clean up. The dishes situation was terrible. And they're good, but they're just not amazing, you know? I probably won't end up making them again, but it might be someone's everything, you know? It's just my own personal opinion. Thank you guys for watching. I have all of the like ingredients and measurements in my description, so if you do decide you want to make them, I have all of that information in there. But anyways, thank you for watching and have a good one.